Hello, I'm Lacey Dale from Oklahoma, and my daughter was diagnosed at 7 days old with cystic fibrosis. Many people don't know what that is, but it is the genetic progressive terminal disease that has mucus buildup on both the lungs and the pancreas. That thick, sticky mucus causes her to have to do hours of daily treatment each day. And so, through the many hills and valleys of her 16 years of life, we've had lots of valleys, but our very deepest one was May 22nd when she was diagnosed with a bacteria in her lungs that was terminal. And we watched her body rapidly decline before our eyes. My husband and I were on our knees, and we had hundreds of hands laid and prayers prayed on her. We were so grateful a few weeks later that our friend called us up and offered the X39 that she had been wearing and her mom had had success with in a matter of days after dealing with COVID long hauler issues. So she thought it might be something worth trying on Crossland. Now, of course, as a caretaker, you can instantly become very skeptical when everybody else wants to bring you things. But what I have always been is open minded to opportunity, and that is applied to Crossland's healthcare. So, in this moment in time, not only was I open minded, but I was also desperate. And I found in sharing this with other people that they're either open minded or they're desperate. But in that moment of my life, I was in both camps. So, on June 21st was the first patch that we put on her, and she slept all night. And that was something that had never happened in her life because her body would always wake her up coughing each night. So, now that has become her nightly normal, as well as no more night sweats from all of her medications. Both are first time ever in her life experiences. On July 9th, 15 days later, we went to her CF clinicals where we discovered that she had 100% lung function when she did her pulmonary function testing. Now, that was a first in her life, and that was doubling what her former tests had been. Now she also was living with a strength and stamina that we had never seen before, keeping up with her daddy and brother and I. And again, this was only 15 days in, but it was our secret. We did not tell the doctor what was going on because I did not know exactly what was going on. All I knew at that point was that my daughter was sleeping through the night. So, 7 weeks later, on August 14th, it was the day of truth. We went back and also had 100% lung function once more. So, this time, the doctor looked at me with great suspicion because he was used to me doing out of the box things with her health all the time. And I divulged the secret and showed him all of the scientific papers, and it gave him all of the explanations, to which he chuckled and said, "Oh dear, this is one more of your fun ideas." And then he put the stethoscope on her lungs. And to his own shock, he heard no crackling. And for 3.5 years, she had had a lot of crackling due to all the bacteria she had been battling. It had built this deep scar tissue in her lungs. And now he was jaw dropped because there was zero crackling, which meant the scar tissue was gone. October 10th, we went back in for more clinicals. And at this time, she gave him her running report where she had never exercised a day in her life. And now she was running 3.5 to 4 miles every day. And that proved to herself and to the doctor that her junior rheumatoid arthritis was now gone, that had been caused 2 years prior by an antibiotic. So, the exciting conclusion to this story was our family has never traveled. To take Crossland outside of our little Oklahoma, North Texas bubble would already send her body into regression and recovery modes that would last for days and weeks at a time. And for Thanksgiving week, we just went to Arizona. And the week following, we went to Las Vegas for the National Finals Rodeo, where she had a 2 week dream trip of her lifetime. And when we returned home, it was like she had never traveled, not one bit, no regression, no sickness. And we all know what it's like to go to places like Las Vegas where there's germs everywhere. So that showed us the power of the patch. We will never forget Christmas Day this year because our greatest Christmas miracle will be 6 months exactly from June 25th to December 25th of what we received. So faith is believing in the unseen. And I feel like Crossland's story for his glory is both a faith builder and an X39 testimony builder wrapped together all in one of the power beneath the surface.